Can changing your thoughts make you rich? Change your thoughts, change your wealth. Yes, changing your thoughts can absolutely help make you rich because wealth doesn't just start with money. It starts with mindset. The way you think shapes the actions you take, the goals you set, and how you react to challenges. If you constantly think negative thoughts like, I can't do this, I'll never be rich, or I'm not smart enough, then your actions will follow those beliefs. You'll play small, avoid opportunities, and give up easily. But when you change your thoughts to something empowering like, I can learn anything, I deserve success, or there's always a solution, you begin to make decisions that lead to growth and wealth. A rich mindset focuses on learning, solving problems, taking calculated risks, and staying persistent. You start seeing failures as lessons instead of proof that you're not good enough. This mindset pushes you to develop skills, take responsibility, and look for opportunities instead of waiting for luck. Over time, these habits build success. And success builds wealth. So yes, changing your thoughts can change your wealth, because the mind is where wealth begins before it ever shows up in your bank account. When we say change your thoughts, change your wealth, we mean that your internal world, your beliefs, mindset, and attitudes directly shapes your external reality, including your financial life. Many people believe that money only comes from hard work or luck. But the truth is, the way you think about money plays a huge role in whether or not you attract it, keep it, and grow it. If you grew up hearing phrases like, money doesn't grow on trees, or rich people are greedy, you might have unknowingly developed limiting beliefs that make you push wealth away, even if you want it. These thoughts become invisible barriers. But once you start questioning and changing those thoughts, something powerful happens. You begin to believe it's possible to become financially free. You become open to learning about money, investing, creating businesses, or growing your career. You start taking action because now your thoughts support your growth instead of stopping it. A positive wealth mindset is about more than just thinking happy thoughts. It's about thinking strategically and abundantly. For example, instead of saying, I can't afford that, someone with a wealthy mindset might ask, how can I afford that? This small shift changes you from a passive victim of your situation to an active problem solver. And wealthy people are excellent problem solvers. They find ways to add value, to help others, to improve things. That's what money rewards. Changing your thoughts also includes seeing failure differently. Poor mindsets avoid failure and risk, while wealthy mindsets understand that failure is part of the process. Every successful person failed many times before they succeeded. But they didn't stop because they believed something better was coming, and that belief kept them going. In short, wealth begins in your mind. Your daily thoughts become your beliefs. Your beliefs drive your decisions. Your decisions shape your future. So if you want to be rich, begin by feeding your mind with empowering thoughts, challenging old beliefs, and focusing on growth, possibility, and value. That's how changing your thoughts really can change your wealth. Because when your mind shifts, your whole life follows. Chapter 1. The Power of Thoughts. Your thoughts are incredibly powerful. They are the starting point and foundation for everything you experience in life, including your financial success and wealth. The idea that changing your thoughts can make you rich is not just a cliché. It is a proven principle rooted in how the mind works. Every belief you have about money, success, and your own abilities begins as a thought repeated over time. If you frequently think, "I will never be rich," or "money is scarce and hard to come by," these negative thoughts shape your emotions, decisions, and behaviors in a way that keeps you trapped in a cycle of limitation and lack. Your subconscious mind accepts these repeated thoughts as truths, and because your actions are driven by your subconscious beliefs, you may find yourself unconsciously making choices that block your financial growth, such as avoiding investments, fearing risk, or settling for less than you deserve. However, when you begin to change those thoughts, replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones like, "I am capable of creating wealth," "I deserve financial freedom," or "there are endless opportunities for abundance," you begin to rewire your brain. This rewiring happens because of a natural process called neuroplasticity, where the brain forms new neural connections in response to new patterns of thinking. As you consistently feed your mind with positive, wealth-building thoughts, you create a mindset oriented toward growth, resilience, and opportunity. This mental shift also influences your emotions. Negative thoughts often generate fear, anxiety, and doubt, which drain your motivation and energy. Positive thoughts, in contrast, fuel confidence, enthusiasm, and perseverance, qualities that are essential for overcoming obstacles and taking bold steps toward financial success. Moreover, your thoughts shape your self-image, which plays a crucial role in your ability to attract wealth. People who see themselves as worthy and capable tend to act in ways that align with those beliefs. They pursue education, seek mentors, take calculated risks, and maintain persistence despite setbacks. Conversely, if you think of yourself as someone who doesn't deserve financial success, you might unconsciously sabotage your own progress. Changing your thoughts means changing the story you tell yourself about who you are and what you can achieve. This process isn't about wishful thinking or simply hoping for better results. It is about intentional mental work. Becoming aware of your current thought patterns, questioning their validity, and consciously choosing to adopt new, empowering beliefs. This practice needs consistency and patience because your brain's existing pathways are strong and familiar. But with regular effort, you replace old, limiting thoughts with new, wealth-oriented ones. Over time, this new mindset creates new habits and behaviors that drive real, tangible change in your financial life. In essence, the power of your thoughts is the invisible force that either builds walls or opens doors to wealth. When you change your thoughts, you change your beliefs. When you change your beliefs, you change your actions. When you change your actions, you change your results. Wealth starts inside the mind, long before it appears in your bank account. Understanding and harnessing this power is the first critical step toward creating lasting financial abundance. Chapter 2. Replacing Limiting Beliefs. After understanding how powerful your thoughts are in shaping your financial life, The next essential step is to confront and replace your limiting beliefs. These are the silent, often invisible rules you carry in your mind. Beliefs that quietly hold you back from achieving wealth, even when you work hard or try to do everything right. Limiting beliefs are like mental programs running in the background of your life. They were usually formed in childhood or early life through experiences, family conversations, cultural influence, or repeated failures. Over time, you accept them as truth without questioning them. Common examples of limiting beliefs include, I'm just not the type of person who gets rich. I have to struggle to earn money. Money changes people for the worse. Or, it's too late for me to be successful. The problem with these beliefs is not that they are always false, but that they limit what you believe is possible for yourself. And when you don't believe something is possible, you don't pursue it with full energy, confidence, or clarity. This part of your transformation is about going inward and becoming deeply aware of the beliefs that are shaping your actions and emotions every day. The first step is to identify the limiting beliefs. Pay attention to your internal dialogue. What do you tell yourself when you think about money, success, wealth, or taking risks? Write those thoughts down without judgment. Then, question them honestly. Ask yourself, who taught me this? Is this belief based on fear or truth? Is it helping me grow or keeping me small? You'll often find that these beliefs are based on someone else's experience, not your own potential. Once you see your limiting beliefs clearly, the next step is to replace them with new, empowering beliefs. But this process doesn't happen in one moment. It's something you must practice daily. Your brain is used to the old beliefs, so it will take time to build the mental muscle of thinking in a new, empowering way. Start by creating affirmations that reflect your new beliefs, such as, I am capable of learning and growing wealthy. Money is a tool I can use for good. I deserve to be financially free. Or, success is possible for me, no matter my background. Repeat these every day, out loud, in writing, or silently in your mind. Over time, your brain begins to accept these new beliefs as your reality. This doesn't just make you feel better, it changes how you act. You begin to approach money with confidence instead of fear. You take more calculated risks. You pursue new skills or career paths. You stop self-sabotaging and start building a strong foundation for long-term financial growth. Replacing limiting beliefs also helps you let go of the emotional weight you might carry around money, feelings of guilt, shame, fear, or unworthiness. As you do this inner work, you'll feel lighter, freer, and more in control of your future. You will no longer feel like money is something out of your reach or reserved for other people. Instead, you begin to believe and know that you, too, are capable of wealth, success, and financial peace. The beauty of this transformation is that it doesn't require you to be a genius, come from a wealthy background, or wait for luck. It simply requires you to be aware, intentional, and consistent in choosing better beliefs. In the journey to wealth, replacing limiting beliefs is like removing mental chains that have held you down for years. And once they're gone, you begin to walk, run, and eventually soar toward your goals. With clarity, courage, and confidence. Because when your beliefs support your success, your mind becomes your most powerful asset, and wealth becomes not just a dream, but a natural result of who you're becoming. Chapter 3. Wealth starts with mindset. Wealth doesn't begin with money. It begins with mindset. Before you can ever achieve true financial success in the physical world, you must first win the battle inside your own mind. The way you think about money, success, failure, risk, and even yourself will either lead you toward wealth or push it further away. Your mindset is like the internal compass that quietly guides your daily decisions, habits, and reactions. If your mindset is based on scarcity, the belief that there is never enough, you will constantly feel anxious, afraid, and limited. You'll see every opportunity as a threat, every setback as a dead end, and every successful person as competition instead of inspiration. You might hoard what you have, avoid taking healthy financial risks, and stay stuck in a cycle of earning just enough to survive. And even if you do make money, you may lose it quickly or struggle to hold on to it because deep inside you don't feel worthy or ready for real wealth. On the other hand, when you develop an abundance mindset, everything begins to shift. This doesn't mean you blindly believe everything will be perfect. It means you believe in possibility. You start to trust that you can learn, grow, and adapt. You begin to see challenges as chances to get stronger, and you start recognizing opportunity where others see only obstacles. An abundance mindset is not about having $1 million today. It's about believing that you have the potential and capacity to create wealth over time. You see money not as a goal in itself, but as a tool for freedom, growth, contribution, and impact. You realize that wealth is not just about working harder. It's about thinking smarter, being more intentional, and developing habits that support long-term success. This mindset also involves a new way of seeing yourself. People with a strong wealth mindset believe they are capable of building the life they want, no matter where they started. They don't wait for permission, luck, or the perfect time. Instead, they take ownership of their future. They read, they ask questions, they invest in themselves, and they take small steps consistently. They focus on progress, not perfection. A powerful mindset helps you bounce back when life gets tough. Instead of saying, "I failed," you learn to say, "This was a lesson, and I'm growing stronger." That mental resilience is one of the most valuable assets you can ever have. It keeps you moving forward when others give up. Building a wealth mindset is not about thinking positive for a few minutes a day. It's a complete shift in how you see money, yourself, and the world. It means choosing thoughts that align with your goals, letting go of fear-driven beliefs, and creating new habits that reflect confidence, patience, and purpose. It means understanding that wealth is not just something you have. It's something you become. The truth is, many people who win the lottery lose it within a few years, not because they lacked money, but because they didn't have the mindset to manage it. On the flip side, many self-made millionaires started with nothing but a strong mindset, and they built everything else from there. In the end, wealth begins not with a paycheck, a promotion, or a lucky break, but with the decision to change how you think. When your thoughts are aligned with abundance, growth, and action, you naturally start to attract opportunities, make wiser choices, and create a life of greater financial peace and freedom. That's why mindset isn't a small part of the journey. It's the starting point for everything. Change your mindset, and you begin to change your future. Believe in your ability to grow, to earn, to contribute, and to thrive, and the path to wealth will start to open up in front of you, one powerful thought at a time. Chapter 4. How to Change Your Thoughts. Changing your thoughts is the most important skill you can develop if you want to become truly wealthy, because your thoughts shape your beliefs, and your beliefs guide your actions. But this kind of mental transformation doesn't happen by accident. It requires intention, awareness, practice, and patience. The first step to changing your thoughts is self-awareness. Begin by paying close attention to what you think and say to yourself on a daily basis, especially in moments of stress, fear, or failure. Notice the inner voice that says, "I'm not smart enough," "I'll never be rich," or "It's too late for me." These are not harmless passing thoughts. They are mental scripts that direct your behavior. Once you've identified your negative thought patterns, the next step is to challenge and replace them. Ask yourself, is this thought absolutely true? Where did it come from? What would I believe? Instead, if I truly wanted to succeed? Then create a new thought or affirmation that reflects a more empowering and positive belief, such as, "I am learning every day how to build wealth," or "I am capable of creating a better financial future." Repeat these thoughts daily. Write them down, say them aloud, and visualize them. Repetition is essential because the brain learns through repetition. The more you practice a thought, the stronger that mental pathway becomes, and the easier it gets for your brain to choose that thought automatically. This is how you reprogram your mindset. At first, it may feel uncomfortable or even fake, but that's just your old programming resisting change. Don't give up. Continue feeding your mind with books, podcasts, videos, and conversations that support your new way of thinking. Surround yourself with people who think abundantly and live with purpose. Be careful what you consume daily. What you watch, read, and listen to matters. Your environment influences your mindset more than you realize. Next, combine thought change with action. Changing your thoughts is powerful, but it must be followed by small daily steps that align with your new beliefs. If you believe you can be wealthy, act like it. Start budgeting. Learn how to invest. Look for opportunities. When fear or doubt tries to creep in, remind yourself of the new thoughts you're choosing. Celebrate your progress no matter how small. Over time, you'll start to see that the person you once were, the one full of self-doubt, fear, and limitation, is being replaced by someone new. Someone who thinks clearly, acts boldly, and attracts success with purpose and confidence. Changing your thoughts is not magic, it's mental discipline. It takes time, but it works. It's about breaking old habits of thinking and building a new mindset that supports the future you want to create. And as your thoughts evolve, your feelings, choices, behaviors, and results will begin to shift too. You will notice yourself becoming calmer, more focused, and more in control of your financial journey. Most importantly, you'll no longer feel like a victim of circumstance. You'll begin to feel like the creator of your life. That's the real power of changing your thoughts. It's the first, most vital step to becoming rich, not just in money, but in freedom, purpose, and peace of mind. Chapter 5. The real meaning of being rich. Being truly rich goes far beyond just having a large amount of money in your bank account. It's about creating a life of freedom, fulfillment, purpose, and inner peace. Many people chase wealth thinking it will solve all their problems. But when they finally get the money, they often feel just as lost, anxious, or unhappy as before. Why? Because they haven't redefined what it means to be rich from the inside out. The real meaning of being rich begins in your mind and heart. It means you wake up every day with a sense of possibility instead of fear. It means you feel confident that you can handle life's challenges, make wise decisions, and create opportunities instead of waiting for them. True wealth is about choice, the ability to choose how you spend your time, who you surround yourself with, what goals you pursue, and how you give back to others. A rich life is filled with strong relationships, personal growth, generosity, peace of mind, and freedom to live on your own terms. Changing your thoughts is what allows you to reach this deeper level of wealth. When you stop thinking of money as just a number and start seeing it as a tool for building a meaningful life, you begin to use it with intention. You stop spending just to impress others and start investing in what really matters: your health, your education, your family, your dreams, and your legacy. Being rich means you are no longer controlled by fear, insecurity, or scarcity. You trust yourself. You trust that you have what it takes to grow, to bounce back from failure, and to thrive. This mindset shift is powerful because even before the external wealth shows up, you already feel empowered, grateful, and at peace. That is true wealth. Ultimately, the richest people in the world are not just those with millions in their accounts, but those who live with a sense of purpose, contribution, and inner joy. They have trained their minds to see abundance even when others see lack. They value progress over perfection, growth over comfort, and connection over comparison. You can start being rich today by changing how you think, how you feel, and how you live. When you realize that being rich is a state of mind, not just a financial status, you unlock a new level of power and possibility. And from that place, building external wealth becomes not just easier, but far more meaningful. Closing chapter. As we reach the end of this journey, one truth becomes clear. Yes, changing your thoughts can absolutely make you rich, not just in money, but in every area of life that truly matters. Wealth begins in the mind. It grows from the thoughts you think, the beliefs you hold, and the decisions you make every single day. If your mind is filled with doubt, fear, or feelings of unworthiness, no amount of money will bring you peace or power. But when you choose to reprogram your thinking, to replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, and to live with an abundance mindset, you lay the mental foundation for true and lasting wealth. You begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. You take smarter actions with more confidence. You attract people, ideas, and energy that align with growth and success. Most importantly, you stop waiting for wealth to come from outside. You realize that it starts from within. Throughout this journey, you've learned that changing your thoughts isn't just about being more positive. It's about taking back control of your life story. It's about becoming aware of the beliefs that no longer serve you, questioning them, and choosing new ones that support your goals. It's about shifting your identity from someone who feels stuck and limited to someone who is capable, worthy, and powerful. The transformation begins the moment you decide that your past does not define your future, and that your thoughts are tools, not traps. When you understand that you can train your mind just like a muscle, you discover that wealth is not a distant dream. It's something you build step by step from the inside out. So now the question is not, can changing your thoughts make you rich? But, are you ready to change your thoughts? Because the richest life you can imagine is not waiting somewhere far away. It's already inside you, waiting for you to unlock it with every new belief, every new habit, and every new thought you choose. Start today. Be patient with yourself. Be consistent. Your mindset is your most valuable asset, and when you master it, there is no limit to the wealth, joy, and freedom you can create. This is not just the end of a chapter. It's the beginning of a new way of thinking and a new, richer life.